Hey guys, Kyle, the Death Knight of Anime here, bringing you my review for Eden Zero, Chapter 54. Okay, so, first off, the big thing to address in this chapter is the whole Shiki versus Garrett fight. And, okay, on one hand, it has, from just kind of based off the feelings I've got from that fight, it looks like it isn't over yet, but at the same time, I've never been so goddamn mixed in my life. I mean, on one hand, I'm furious that I'm pretty much furious that I'm pretty much furious that I'm pretty much furious in the sense where Mashima did not incorporate the other prisoners into this chapter at all. I mean, I would have freaking settled for at the bare minimum. I would have settled for just a small little moment of basically Garrett taking one of the miners hostage, but on the other hand, like I said, it doesn't appear like it doesn't like the French fight as a whole. It doesn't appear to be over either. So there might still be room. There might still be room for Garrett to do something like that. But it's really up to Mashima if he does follow through with basically anything like that, and what happens from here, and just saying that that I have to leave it up to Mashima is kind of what scares me, because like I said, on one hand, he pretty much already he basically already flopped. He basically already flubbed it this one time, but again, I suppose there is still a little bit of room, but who pretty much knows if just the fact that he didn't even take advantage of it here just kind of says, okay, is it still going to happen, or it just kind of begs the question of it's still going to happen or not. Like, that's the one thing I think that infuriates me the most about Mashima, is that every time he has this setup where or basically he pretty much can't tell something, he can't tell like a legitimately good kind of a good, but he can't create a really legitimately like a good scenario. Like he basically he has basically that French golden ticket in order to do so. He never takes full advantage of something. So yeah, I continue to hope that he tries to take advantage of this situation, but yeah, I don't know. And yeah, let's talk about although I will say, on the other hand, although I'll also be kind of fair here, I will be kind of fair here. If I will be fair here, the pretty much one positive I can pretty much strike from this fight, at least so far, is they pretty much learned that pretty much Garrett did have, and at one point that pretty much Garrett did have an encounter with Valkyrie at some point. So that at least that one moment of basically Garrett admitting he pretty much knew Valkyrie, that alone had basically saved that particular fight for me. So yeah, like hopefully just from that one fight, just from that one moment of him mentioning Valkyrie, hopefully it kind of spawns into something better with the fight, hopefully. Yeah. And yeah, let's talk, with the whole Garrett, transitioning from the whole Garrett thing, let's talk about Valkyrie's current situation and what it might be. Because when I was first reading this chapter, my very first thought is that Valkyrie might have lost her memories, but after thinking about what her recording the truth in that BQ might mean, this is definitely starting to sound a lot more personal, almost like she has some kind of unfinished business in order to settle on the planet. And with such an emphasis on Valkyrie having pretty much more than one student in this chapter, I wouldn't be surprised if that turned out to be the same case with the Scarlet Woman, how the Scarlet Woman is one of Valkyrie's students as well, who's basically gone down the path of the wrong path. That's basically the opposite of what Valkyrie had taught her. At least that's what I can assume, just kind of based off the little emphasis we've gotten of Valkyrie having both Paul and Homura as students. Now, how this pertains to Valkyrie not coming back. Well, I think in terms of what Valkyrie's doing, I think it essentially boils down to a suicide mission kind of deal. And I think that is kind of backed up when you kind of consider how the Scarlet Woman has this vast amount of military might in terms of these pretty much satellite cannons that she pretty much has. So yeah, I think I think one way or another, I think the reason as to why I think the one thing we can kind of glean from. I think the one thing we can kind of glean from pretty much the words that Valkyrie isn't coming back is because she's going to do something that's basically going to end the Scarlet Woman's rule on this planet, and it's going to kill her, and it's going to kill herself in the process as well. So yeah, I think it's official that pretty much Nino is a prime example of how anime truly has the potential to unite the world. I mean, seriously, it's hilarious, but also at the same time a little endearing how how Nino had basically chosen in order to help Rebecca simply because of her cosplay. And yeah, I want to see this guy again in the final battle of this arc, because just like this French guy, he's basically he's a representation of all of us. He's basically a pretty much fan, and he's basically an taku to the absolute max. So imagine this guy in a mecha suit, and just so imagine the final battle of this arc where basically everyone rebels against. Everyone chooses to rebel against the Scarlet Woman, and this guy's in a fucking mech suit, just wrecking guys. Like, I want that. I want that so hard right now. But in all seriousness, though, I definitely like how basically Nino choosing how Nino even choosing to do this in general. It does prove that there are still average everyday people who are willing to lend a hand. Are willing to lend a hand, even despite the threat of death that the Scarlet Woman has imposed on people if they choose to assist them or something. If they choose to assist criminals, so yeah. And good old Mashima, he couldn't help but throw in a fairy tale Easter egg with pretty much Angel, and honestly, it's kind of scary how pretty much true I guess the whole kind of reality of fairy tale this particular Easter egg is pretty much seeing Angel as this as a model as Nino described her. But yeah, it's that was kind of funny how that. Yeah, I can kind of see even in this world I can kind of see Angel pretty much doing that. When pretty much also another hilarious thing is when we see Paul and him pretty much and basically holding Valkyrie's B cube. Am I the only one who immediately started to started to hear the basically bag of weed song from basically Family Guy? When I looked at the symbol, I mean, I don't think that was the intent, but seriously, seriously, that pretty much symbol on Valkyrie's B cube, it looked like the symbol for weed or marijuana, and it's one of those things where it almost made me think Mashima might be keeping a secret from us. He might have something to tell us, but I'm sure it was just a coincidence. But yeah, I couldn't help but hearing a bag of weed in my head when I basically saw just the symbol on that on that B cube. I'm like, okay, that is a marijuana symbol. That is a fucking marijuana symbol. Like, yes, it's one of those moments for me. But yeah, guys, that's my review. If you enjoyed the video, like, comment, subscribe. I'm on Twitter, Facebook, and listen to Crunchyroll. Death Knight of Anime, signing off. Later, guys.